Hello, welcome everyone. Dave Pinson here, Philippine Bible Ministry. Today I want to talk about the vision that the Lord has given us for our ministry. I've shared this before, but I think it's good to share this occasionally so that people know what's up with us, why we have a sort of a different call, because we all have our own call from the Lord, and this is what I feel the Lord's put on our heart. Not just me. There's other people that are doing similar things. So yeah, I wanted to share this because I've been talking to some brothers and my mentor about what's going on. And so I share my vision with him of what I believe the Lord's called us to do because there's different people doing different things. Every country is different. Every need is different. There's the traditional missionary who goes and plants a church, and we're not that. Um, and that's why I want to post this because a lot of people, I have families say, "How's your church?" I say, "Well, they don't really understand the whole idea of what we're doing, and that's okay. Some people won't understand it because they don't know the Lord. It's kind of like saying, "How was that apple you had today?" And it's like, well, you don't know how it was if you haven't tasted it. So here's the vision. Basically, let's see if I can make this a simply the simple version. The vision is that God told me, I believe that there's enough churches in the Philippines. They don't need another church. What they need is Jesus. What they need is following Jesus, and unfortunately, that doesn't happen in a lot of churches. Maybe it happens in your church. I'm sure it happens to some degree in most Christian churches. But as far as just like knowing Him and knowing who He is, following Him, and mostly being responsible to Him independently, individually, like I posted the other day about, do you need a pastor? You do when you're a baby Christian, and you need to learn how to walk, and you need elders, not necessarily a pastor per se, but elders and people who know the word to teach you to get your feet grounded so you can walk. But there comes a time where you don't need milk anymore and you need meat, and it's time to grow up. So people are steeped in the church, what I call churchosity, and our goal, our vision is to pull people away from that. They go to church, that's fine. They have good fellowship there. They have good pastors that love them and are teaching solid stuff. But maybe it's just not enough stuff. Like it could be solid stuff, but maybe it's just not the full meal deal, right? So our vision is to minister to church people mostly. So we show up and we don't meet on Sundays because we're purposely not wanting to step on their situation, and we also partner with them to some degree. Like we help them out here and there. We don't really we just love on the people. So we love on the churches, we love on the people. So our vision is this. Our vision is that God would raise up people, and it's not just a vision of the Philippines. It could be a vision for the world. I wrote a book called Greater Things, um, which basically spells all this out. If you would like to read it, it's on Amazon under the name David Pinson. I think it's good. It's like I don't know. I love me some me, I guess, because I think it's one of the best books I've written that explains things. Um, so the vision is that God would raise up people that would go out and raise up people that would go out and raise up people that would go out and raise up people with or without a church. Basically, we're all individually called to follow Him, and we're all individually responsible. And when we meet Him at the judgment seat of Christ, we're all going to answer for ourselves. There'll be no pastor, there'll be no church, there'll be no organization, there'll be no doctrines per se. There'll be no what do you call those confessions that you sign or any of that stuff. So at the end of the day, we need to learn how to follow Him. So that's the goal, to raise up people that would go up and do what we're doing, especially in places like the Philippines and even the USA, just to raise up people that would have an unction not to have to go through all these rigmaroles and all these organizations that are basically licensed by governments and organizations that are not necessarily part of God's will. So that's it in a nutshell. Our vision is to do that and to raise up disciples for Jesus, not for any organization. And those disciples would then be led by God. And so basically, I don't go past that because I'll let God decide what He does with them, right? Our goal is that people would by the teaching of the word, by what we're doing, by the way we're teaching the word, by the things that we focus on, that they will one day say, "Hey, Uncle, I want to be a disciple. I want to be a true disciple of Jesus. I don't want to just learn this stuff. I want to follow." And so that's our goal, that we raise up disciples of Jesus. And so it's pretty simple. We're disciple making. We kept the name Philippine Bible Ministry for now because I don't know, it just seems like we use the Bible. We also could call ourselves Philippine Disciple Ministries, maybe. But stay tuned, and we'll see what the Lord does. So yeah, we're just waiting on the Lord, and that's our vision: is that God would raise up people all over the world that would do these things, and that could go into places for the church. So it's a little bit different than going to places where like 3 billion people have never heard the gospel still. That's different. That's a different kind of missionary, right? Going in, and those people probably need to plant churches, or plant places, gatherings, right? We still want to plant gatherings. We just want them to be user friendly for church people, because, like I said before, and I'm constantly saying in these videos, a lot of church people are not 100%. Here's the bottom line, and I'll close with this: whatever you want, Lord. Just forget all that stuff. Forget about my house. Forget about my family. Forget about everything for a minute, and just have that communion with God and say, whatever you want, Lord, and just be open to whatever He says. I want you to go to Iran. I want you to go here. I want you to do this. I want you to go to work and tell people this. I don't want to tell people that. They won't like me. It's not about you. Anyway, stuff like that. So God bless you guys. I hope this makes sense. And ta ta for now.